Morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. Today is May 6th, 2020. I am not hosting a Zoom today because I'm trying to give your parents a little bit of a break. I know you guys have siblings in your household. You might be sharing a computer with someone. So I will have one tomorrow on Thursday at 10 a.m. same time. But even though I'm not having a Zoom today, I am still available to chat with you. If you guys have any questions, if you want me to give you a phone call, please just let me know. I am available. I'm going to start with social studies today. You're reading pages 19 and 20. You're reading more about culture. Today you're reading about a student named Jihu and a student named Hopo. Okay, so you're going to talk about how their cultures are alike. In writing, as always, you should be writing every day for at least 10 minutes a day. Make sure you're looking for capitals, periods, spaces. Let me know if you need any help with that. For foundations today, you're going to work on some fluency. So you're going to read the sentences using the scoop marks. We do this in the classroom. If you need to tap out a word, tap it out first and then go back and read it with the scoop marks. Then you're going to underline all the vowel, consonant, E words in each sentence and mark up the word just like we've been doing, okay? So when you read this word in a scoop, it's going to sound like this. I like the cake. Okay, you read each scoop with one breath of air. I will rake the grass. Steve fell in the hole. Did Kate smile at that joke? The whale came to life at last. All right, sound just like that. And just practice reading those words because fluency will definitely help you guys. Finally, you're going to complete this story, The Big Cake. This word has mostly words that you can either tap out or they're trick words that you should be able to recognize. So all first graders should not need parent help to read this. If you do get really stuck and you want to have your parent help you, that's fine. But for the most part, you should be able to do this on your own, okay? You're going to go back and circle trick words that you find. There's a little guide up here to help you. And then you're going to mark vowel, consonant, E words. Don't worry about words that have glued sounds. Don't worry about words that have blends, things like that. Just look for vowel, consonant, E words since that is what we are working on. Yesterday in my Zoom meeting, I forgot to mention that another thing you do when you mark up vowel, consonant, E words is you slash out the E because remember the E is silent. It doesn't make any sound. So see how they did this kite word here, or I can't, that might be Kate, and they slashed out the E? That's something else that you do to mark up the word, okay? All right, today we're going to get started with three-dimensional shapes, and these are a little tricky, so I'm going to have a Zoom meeting with you guys on Thursday about these shapes. Three-dimensional shapes can be grouped in a lot of different ways. So three-dimensional shapes are not flat to the paper like the two-dimensional shapes are. Okay, they come out, and they have flat surfaces, edges, and faces. This is going to get a little tricky, but do not be discouraged. This is just something that you have to practice, okay? If you're unsure of what three-dimensional shapes are, go on YouTube, look on your iReady. There's probably tons of lessons that you can look at for that. And it's just basically about memorizing which shape is which. Okay, so here's some three-dimensional shapes here that we're going to go over. So there's a sphere. A sphere is basically like a circle, but it's a rounded ball. Okay, there's a rectangular prism. So instead of calling it a rectangle, you call it a rectangular prism. We have a cylinder. A cylinder has two flat faces. You could stand it upright and it's rounded. Okay, this is what we call a cone. Right, it has that point at the top. And this right here is a cube. Okay, so a cylinder has two flat surfaces. A cone only has one. And like I said, in the classroom, we have manipulation shapes for you guys to hold and count the surfaces and all that. You might not have that at home, so please do not get discouraged. This is just something that we're going to have to work through. Okay, so a flat surface right here, for example, is something that you can feel. It's smooth. And so for the cylinder, you can see it has a flat surface on the bottom, and it also has one at the top. All right, and the cylinder, it only has one at the bottom. There's no flat surface at the top. It's a point, okay? So with 3D shapes, they also have something called edges, which are like the sides, okay? But they're like, they're not sides, they're edges because they stick out. And vertices, so they still have those points that the 2D shapes have. And their flat surfaces are called faces. Okay, a sphere is a 3D shape that has no flat surfaces, no edges, and no vertices. It's the easiest one because it's just a round ball. Okay, so when you do your work today, you're going to name the number of faces and flat surfaces, the number of vertices, which is the number of points, and the number of edges. So for this rectangular prism, they give you the answer, which is great. Sorry about that, because this is going to be the same for a cube as well. Okay, for a cone right here, number of faces or flat surfaces. Let's take a look at it. And here it is, sort of turned on its side. How many faces or flat surfaces does a cone have? It only has one on the bottom. So right here, you would write the number 1. Okay, it only has one flat surface. Okay, and then number of vertices, how many points? It only has one. And what about number of edges? Are there any straight edges on the sides? No, this is completely rounded. It does not have any edges, so this would be 0. Okay, you're going to do the same thing with these shapes here. And then you're going to answer some questions. I'll read them to you just so you have a little bit of a head start. Lily has an object that looks like a 3D shape. The object has 2 flat surfaces and 0 vertices, so it has no points. Draw an object that Lily could have. And let me see if I could get my pen so I could show you guys an easier way to do this. Okay, here we go. So a 3D shape that has 2 flat surfaces and no vertices, which means no point, is going to be a cylinder. And an easy way to draw a cylinder is to draw a little circle here, like a little round circle. Okay, and I'm doing this sloppy, so if I can do this, you guys definitely can. And then you're going to draw a line on both sides. And then at the top, you're going to draw another round circle. Okay, and there you have your cylinder. Okay, it has 2 flat surfaces on the top and the bottom, and it's rounded. It has no vertices. It has no edges. All right, let's move on. This shape is a cone. Which shape below is also a cone? How do you know? Okay, so one of these is also a cone. Number 8, Nikki and Ben each buy one item from the store. Nikki's item has 4 more edges than vertices. Ben's item has the same number of flat surfaces and edges. Draw a circle around Nikki's item. Draw a box around Ben's item. Okay, and the rest should be fairly easy for you guys. But again, if you have any questions or you need help, please just let me know. And we're going to go over this work tomorrow on our Zoom. You're going to read Tomas Rivera again today, and you're going to answer the questions on pages 14 and 15. You're going to work with contractions VE and RE. So this is when we shorten a word to make it simpler to say. And you're going to work with sight words paper, talk, work, and great. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm available if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow at our Zoom at 10 a.m.